Bruno Guimaraes has struck back against the Newcastle United fans today. The unfortunate truth on social media, and what has to be one of the biggest overreactions I've ever seen from a football match. Newcastle fans are still complaining, criticising our performance at City, where in reality we lost 1-0 against quite literally the best team in world football, one of the best teams ever. I mean, this team won the treble last season, Champions League, Premier League, FA Cup. In this day and age to do that as well, I genuinely think this Manchester City team is probably the best football team potentially ever when it comes towards the Premier League. And for us to go at the Etihad, I know performance-wise, I did expect more. I think I walked away from the game a bit disappointed, but that was it really. We go again against Liverpool this week. But Newcastle fans on social media, as expected, a massive overreaction. And now a player has responded to this. Bruno is clearly upset after seeing the messages online. And it sparked this drama that's pursued the last hour or so. So I'm here today to kind of tell you all about it. And to somewhat warn you, because the messages you do put out on social media, the messages that you do see in person, sometimes the players will say to me, even on my YouTube videos, for example, I've got to be a bit careful sometimes when I'm talking about certain matches, because I never know when a player does watch my videos. Remember Sean Longstaff about a season ago? I had a good conversation with him where he was, I wouldn't say upset, he definitely wasn't upset, but he definitely had a little chat with us saying, "Oh Adam, I hope you don't slag me off this week," he kind of jokes on about it. You do have to be a bit careful, because players generally will see stuff, and sometimes may not expect it, but the player might actually see a message you put on social media, and unfortunately in this case, it's not looking great. Bruno's response is a little concerned, to be honest. I mean, he's quite angry here, so I hope he's all right. I'm hoping that he's not took much offence from Newcastle fans. I think sometimes words can get put across there, and I mean, we're here today to kind of get through it all. So let me know your thoughts down in the comment section on this altercation. First off, guys, if you're new around here and you like what you're watching, make sure to get down here, hit that subscribe button, smash the like button, that's what you enjoy. Let's not mess around, let's just get straight into it, and we're going to show you what has happened on social media. The initial Twitter post that was released by NFC 360 before Bruno eventually replied to it and then deleted his comment afterwards is this here. Was the Manchester City game a massive overreaction from fans, or is it time to start rotating some of our current players? Bruno is one of the 4 players pictured in that photograph. Now, the actual post itself, I don't think is too bad in the sense that the post produced. Now, the problem I have in this case, and this is not me taking a dig at any UFC 360 or anyone else out there, the problem I have with a post like this is that he's clearly put out there to get responses from the fans. A lot of fans are quite opinionated, have different thoughts, and all of a sudden there's hundreds of comments on social media. Bruno needs drop, Burns crap, Longstaff's this, Murphy's that. The problem is that, yes, the post is fine, but you're getting all this commercial coming in, all these people are then generating that interest, and all of a sudden it's been posted everywhere, and there's people having different opinions, and a guy like Bruno has obviously probably went into the comments section, you've seen people slagging him off. And it's just not nice for a footballer to see that. Now, you can always argue, well, listen, the footballer shouldn't be on social media, he shouldn't be doing that. Now, for me, I think you should be allowed to do whatever you want, and I think the player is fair to be upset by a post. I think that's true. Probably shouldn't have responded, or I had to put myself in Bruno's position, but obviously he's seen that out there. He's now since actually started unfollowing some of the Newcastle United fan accounts. I know he's following Mouth at the time, he's unfollowed him. I believe he was following Toon Pose, unfollowed him as well, and I think he was following an UFC 360. If not, he's definitely unfollowed them now. Here is Bruno's response, and it's fair to say he is not happy. It's easy to support us for the best of times. Stupid short-term memories you have. Look at what we achieved in the last year and a half. He's not wrong, to be fair. I mean, the overreaction from this Manchester City game is ridiculous. I've never seen anything like it. We lost 1-0 to quite literally the best team in the world. A team that I thought on the day deserved the win, but with Newcastle that bad, honestly for me, we weren't terrible. Yeah, we didn't create much in front of goal, but I wouldn't necessarily say that City dominated the game. I definitely don't think they did. It was just a bad day at the office for Newcastle. Nothing worked, nothing clicked for us, and we lost the game to a team that is, let's face it, miles better. I know it's Manchester City, we just aren't at levels of them yet, of course, we're not. So to lose that game only 1-0, and to put in, for me, not a bad performance. I think there's a lot of positives to take. Yeah, okay, I'll be disappointed with some players. I might think someone should be better, but yeah, I mean, I'm a bit disappointed that Bruno's seen us, because, I mean, this is a guy, as far as I'm aware, hasn't extended his contract in Newcastle yet. The definitely last thing you want to see before a contract renewal is a player visibly upset in social media for me, but, ooh, it's not a great look, is it? But you just mentioned there about how the teams in the Champions League have lost to the best in the world. I think Bruno's response, yeah, okay, maybe you shouldn't have done it, but I think his response is valid. I think the fans have been ridiculous in this overreaction. I just think everything about that game is just being blown out of proportion. I don't think Newcastle played that bad against City, and it's quite sad and disappointing now to see players actually come out in social media react to this, to see there's negativity in them, for them to respond in such an aggressive way. Bruno clearly did not like that. I've got a feeling he's just been at training today, he's then looked on his phone, he's seen it, or it's during a training session, he's had a chance to have a break, he's seen it on his phone and he's reacted to it. No, I just don't think it portrays us in a good image. I don't think it portrays us in a good light. I just think, honestly, this isn't a dig at any FC 360. I've seen thousands of people do this, or many other big pages do this, but I just think, try not be so critical towards players. Don't abuse players when you lose. It's just obvious things, but unfortunately, I don't think they were expecting it, but Bruno's seen the post and he doesn't like it. So unfortunately, in this case, the lads probably shouldn't have put the post out there. But it's not for me to tell someone off. It's not for me to say this or to say that. I just want to come out in this video now and tell you guys, it's not a good idea to be so critical towards players in the case that they might say it. And unfortunately, in a case like this, it might be more frequent if players start getting annoyed, but unfortunately it's just how social media is. I can always sit here and tell you so much, even though I've got to be careful with my videos at times in case players watch them, in case players say something. You'd be surprised, you will honestly be surprised, the players that actually will go onto social media and have a look and see what people say about them, and see what people say about Newcastle. Just be careful. It gets my moral of the video. Be careful what you say. Don't upset the players, otherwise you might see something like this happen. It's unfortunate. I wish things were different. I wish Bruno didn't say it. I wish he wasn't upset. I wish Newcastle got something from City. I wish a lot of things, okay? But listen, it's all done with now. I think the club would have taught Bruno to took the post down, or if he's, I guess 20 minutes later, so I went, well, you know what, I shouldn't have said that, I'm going to take down the post now. I hope everything calms down. He has a good chance to have a chat with his teammates, have a chat with the club, and I think, honestly, we'll be fine. We'll be fine for Liverpool, but you don't want to see this going into the Champions League scene. You don't want to see players upset. You don't want to see players arguing with the fans. You want to be united as a football team, which we've done so well since the takeover. Let's, us as fans, not potentially squander that. Let's make sure we, I guess, just stay well behaved with the players. We don't say anything upset. We're always entitled to opinion as fans. You always have a right to do that. But I think at the same time, you got to kind of be careful not to upset individuals. I mean, we want our players to do well. Our social media posts that get a negative reaction from them, it just isn't great for the club. That's just kind of the way I go about it. But you're all entitled to your opinion. You can do what you want. Listen, you can go away from this video now and call Bruno every name on the list. I'm not telling you can't do that, but I just think you got to try your best just to keep your thoughts to yourself if you've got some negative to say. I think in regards to the players, these are human beings as well, and they do have mental health, they do have feelings about the club. So just try and, I guess, calm it down a little bit if you're a bit upset from the game. But anyway, guys, let me know your thoughts down below. A bit of a short one today, but I thought we'd address the Bruno discussion with the fans. You take care now, and I'll see you all in the next one.